we can always turn to the healthy, thriving indie community and play some fighting game indies, which are always available and totally not being threatened by anything
at all. Yeah,
currently going on right now. You know, I don't currently have literally friends in my DMs making video games are like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And the answer is like, cancel your game if you don't want to go broke. Unless Unity fucking figures that, like, I mean,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always a smoking gun moment though, in a way, where you kind of have to, you hear this and you go, what an insanely batshit fucking stupid punch yourself in the dick decision to make, that Unity would decide to make everyone who uses it dev wise get charged a rate per installation. Right? Like, what an insanely batshit out of touch decision.
And they still haven't back down from that. It's still going.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's like they're putting out statements and deleting statements and getting ratioed by the Doritos Popes. So shout outs to Keely, you know, and a million other things out there. And literally games are like Cult of the Lamb is coming out and going, hey guys, so we're gonna just delete our game on January 1st because if you're too successful, you can end up having to pay money you can't afford, because fuck you if you're the developer, right?
Someone's saying that the CEO sold stocks before the announcement.
So that is exactly my next point, right? What an insane thing, right? That sounds so crazy that it almost sounds like it's coming from someone who has no idea how this industry works. It sounds like it's coming from somebody who is waltzing in to a shareholders meeting where Iwata is going, please understand, I hear you, and I know you're wondering when we're gonna get the Roblox NFT battle royales on our Nintendo console, and you know, we are taking all things into consideration, Mr. Investor. Thank you for your question. Right? Sounds like the kind of person who like asks that question and then goes, well, I'm going to start my own with blackjack and hookers, and we're going to do it the right way, right? People who are just like investment fucks that have no idea how this shit works, but they look and they say things such as, hey, if you're in the middle of playing a game like Call of Duty and you're way in there and you have to reload, but there's a little bit of a microtransaction for the reload, you're not going to think too hard about that charge because you're right in the middle of that session. So, you know, things like that. Maybe like a little charge for when you reload, actually.
That's crazy.
That sounds like something right? And then a bunch of other fuckers in their suits are like, yeah, ooh, he's spitting. Let him cook. Let him cook, yo! Right?
Everybody's gonna get sick.
Like the level of like disdain for the concept of video game, right? You're like, that's that thing that my kids play with on their iPads. I hate them, and or I remember Mario, haha, lols. How can we get rich off this real quick? And then step in for 2 seconds and go, oh, I see the problem. You're not charging where you could be charging, right? What do people want to do in these games? What do they want to do? Where are the points of like interaction
and repetition?
Yeah, exactly.
That can milk.
Like you're a monetization specialist. As I've described before, working internally, there are people that get hired to walk in and figure that out. Take a look at where you can add money, you know, or milk money or create money where there was none, right? And in that same context, oh, look, someone like that says some shit like that goes on to be the CEO of a company like Unity and is therefore going to go on to think and make decisions that say like, yeah, let's charge per install. That's a great idea. And then, you know, you have to wonder how many people at the company were like seeing that shit going, this is a horrible idea. You really shouldn't do this. This is bad. and they're like, no, we're gonna do it anyway, right? Like, you have to consider the rollout to these things doesn't happen suddenly. It happens very gradually after many
incremental
discussions.
change.
Progress. And there's a lot of people along the way that went, oh my fucking god, it's happening, right?
They saw that shit coming.
Which also means that if you're fucking that empty-headed to just drop it anyways and go, that's fine, we'll lose popularity, we'll take the hit, but we'll make so much more on the back end, guys.
We're on, so you need a dip to go up, guys.
We'll make so much more.
It's the friction of change.
Right?
Into progress.
They're afraid of it, but it doesn't matter. We'll be laughing all the way to the bank, right? That attitude is like also coming hand in hand with the announcement, which is a level of like, okay, well, I don't know what form of back down reaction, whatever adjustment they're going to make. It's literally hot news right now. There could be shit I haven't seen updates wise, but you can guarantee that the person that said, let's roll that out was like, no, I don't care. Right. It's just going to be worth it. There's a level of like indignation coming behind an announcement like this, you know? And then of course, every indie developer then goes on to describe how they're like, well, time to literally just trash the project I've been working on for a couple years, right?
Oh, so messy. Porting
it over to Godot is not exactly an easy thing for people to do, to just pick up a whole new language. Like, but the level of callousness it takes, right, is it's self-evident in the nature of the action.
It's not just like small companies too, it's huge companies as well.
Well, 200K as a marker for the money and a marker for the number of downloads is still in the range of like AAA, as they call it, like high quality indie games, to AA, which is not AAA games. Like, there's a lot of things out there there's a lot of games out there that like that circle around those numbers. I mean, I'm wearing an Okami hoodie right now, and if I'm not mistaken, Okami was like the at launch or whatever was like sold 86,000 copies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, big Capcom game was less than half of that figure that they're describing, right? So yeah, no, that number describes a whole lot of games. And if you happen to be, again, someone that's just a viral hit, you know, if you have a small game that just blows the fuck up, well, time to pay.
Yeah.
Time to pay up, right? Allow us to wet our beaks.
You know what? Charge me per boot. How about that? Let me pay $60 to buy the game, and I get 60 boots per month.
Oh, to boot the game up, to start the game.
If I get to 61,
Ooh.
I gotta pay.
Yo.
You know? Because all those resources I'm
now
using,
you're thinking like Kotick, baby.
Yo, I'm ready.
Yo, Bobby up.
Let's go.
Bobby up.
Okay.
Summon the spirit of Bobby.
BK baby.
just get possessed, you know, as the CEO. We charge per install. What happened?
I don't know.
I don't know, but you're promoted.
Oh man. Yeah, that's dangerous, man. That's dangerous. Future is bleak.
Video
James.
Part of what I was doing with the VTuber rigs was involved with Unity.
Uh-oh.
You know, like when I had the Rule 63 WoolieVmills and all that shit was in that as well, because like it's became such a thing that people learn to use, and you know it's become a very common engine that people can work with that is not Unreal, which is pretty expensive ultimately, you know. But anyway, everything VR chat related is Unity, right? There you go. So
let's see.
Yeah. We will see. And Godot is what everyone is discussing at the moment, but boy. I mean, you know what's funny too? Like, There was a tweet from Ivy Sly, shout outs, the creator of Your Only Move is Hustle, like from a couple days ago. I think it was last week, where it's just an open window in Unity with like a 3D like viewport, and it just says, well, here goes nothing. And then he just quote tweets it this week going, never mind.
Oh my god.
Like,
oh shit.
yep. Yeah, perfect. Well, at least, hey, perfect timing. Any earlier than that,
Yep.
would have been
Whoa.
way worse.
I'm in too deep.
Yep. 7 days, we're out. And nothing of value was lost. You know? God bless. Right, again, I'm in contact with some folks who are not having a good time trying to figure out how to fucking navigate this shit. So we shall see.